Actually joined AEW. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. Can I help y'all? It's not that time yet, y'all. I got at least another. Oh, it's October. Today. Media day is today, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Let's talk about the Knicks. Run the intro. What's going on? CK Crucial Boy, CK2K. Welcome back to another video. And ladies and gentlemen, Media Day. Meaning that we are just a few days to a week away from preseason.
Something like that.
I hope you guys have been good. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Do not forget to like this video. We are going to have a fun, full, packed up season of Knicks content on the channel. As you know, your boy CK is back. Yeah, I took the off season off. We gonna get that out. Yes, you got what, like 4 videos out of me, 5 videos out of me in the off season. I didn't do nothing this off season besides play video games and learn WWE. I'm not apologizing about it either, bro. I needed a break, but break in a good way because there's a lot that's coming up this season, as you probably already saw. Gonna be back in the mix with the family over at Knicks Fan TV, so expect to see me regularly over there, whether it be post game, whether it be in other shows for the channel, whether it be opening day in Madison Square Garden. And on top of that, we're doing our recaps over here, other Knicks news, 2K content we here. So yeah, I took the off season off to get better and get right. I'm not apologizing about it, but we here now, right? We here now, and we are here with Media Day. Tom Thibodeau was immediately asked about Quentin Grimes because I feel like that is the question that everybody is asking right now. Will he ultimately start Quentin Grimes? Because we have an overabundance of guards. Who's going to be the #1 guard starting us off? Is it Quentin Grimes? Are they going to go Josh Hart? Is it going to be DiVincenzo? What's going to happen? Well, Tom Thibodeau says squash all that. I'm sticking with Grimes, at least for now.
Yeah, we'll see how it unfolds. Like the big thing, and we just, when you look at last season and you look at what that group did from December 4th on, they were 37-22, and so you go in with the idea that that's where we're going to start. Now, of course, you haven't played in any games and nothing is unfolded yet, so you base your decisions on the information that you have.
And I agree with it. I think Quentin Grimes, if we're going to go off rip, if we're talking about people that I'm expecting to make the biggest leap this year, Quentin Grimes is at the top of my list. Yes, you want to see RJ Barrett to continue to turn into something of whatever you guys want to be. I don't know what the temperature is on RJ Barrett going this season. Last year, y'all got real grimy on my boy RJ. Don't know where we're going to be this year, but we do need to see him continue to grow. He's 23 years old, going on year 5. But to me, the #1 guy I want to see make that leap on this Knicks team is going to be Quentin Grimes. I think Quentin Grimes is the one that showed us that he has the most tools. One of, if not the best defender on this team, has probably the prettiest shot of everybody on the Knicks. Hell, I'll even say in the NBA, I'll fight anybody about it. I love Quentin Grimes' jump shot. But he has all those tools, and now it's about putting together and being confident with his game within this offense, within the team building, within the rotation. And I think that Quentin Grimes is going to be making a big leap. And I think Tibbs is hoping for the same thing, which is why he's going to continue to ride with Quentin Grimes as his starting 2 until he's given a reason not to. So I think that's the right answer. I don't think he's really saying anything. I don't think there's any BS in that, but let me know what you guys are thinking. Speaking of lack of BS, he was very honest about Evan Fournier. I loved it. And there's the thing, he roasted Evan Fournier in the most analytical way possible. He was very political and analytical about how, and there's a lot of politicals. He was very political and analytical on how he roasted Evan Fournier, and I heard no lie.
The thing is, and I have great respect for him. And, you come into the season, I didn't go into the season thinking we were going to do the things that we ended up doing. We did it because we weren't having success one way, so we adjusted. And then the next group that went in, like, it's hard to argue with 37-22 and a +5 net rating. So it is what it is. And then your job is to stay ready so whatever it is that we're asking you to do, go out there and do it, be part of the team.
I mean, there's no lie detected. We all know where CK lies in the Evan Fournier fan club. And that's probably on the other side of the street with the picket sign saying boo. And on the picket sign, it's a picture of Evan Fournier. And I drew like a mean face on him or something like. I'm not the biggest Evan Fournier fan on the Knicks. I like Evan Fournier, the dude. But as a basketball player for the Knicks, I don't like his fit. I've been saying this. I've said this for years. It's no hidden secret. But Tom Thibodeau is right in that regard. When he left the rotation, the team played better. As he mentioned, we the efficiency and our proficiency and all the fun numbers and efficiencies and the analyticals, they all went up for the team when Evan Fournier was out of the rotation. And that's not a disrespect to him, and it's not a disrespect to not play him. You got to do what you got to do to win the games. And unfortunately, Evan Fournier was not part of the formula for us to win games. So that being said, the dude does need to get traded. Apparently, honestly, I don't think that there's a right enough a deal for Evan Fournier right now. I think it's going to be another one of those situations where closer to the deadline, we're going to see the possibility of him being moved, because he should be a good shooter for a contending team, unless we're able to, send his contract elsewhere where we can get a few draft picks out of it. But yeah, Evan Fournier, as of right now, is here to stay on the far end of the bench. You heard it from Tips. The man won brownie points for me there. A lot of brownie points were won today. Am I fickle? I might be. I don't know. It's media day. It's too early to be upset and grumpy, right? He said a lot of other things. I love what he said about the importance of representing New York and, the whole team understanding the value that they have when it comes to the Knicks and New York fan base. I love that piece that he had said about that. But the main thing that I took away from it was he is separating the success of last year to what is to come this year. And he said, whatever happened last year was last year. It is a completely new slate. We need to be better than whoever that version was last year. And I completely co-sign that. Do we have the personnel for that? I'm not sure. But this is what Tibbs said about a brand new season and turning the leaf with that.
Yeah, so I think it was a good summer. I think the big thing for us is the continuity of the team, but also adding Dante, and then having the understanding that last year has nothing to do with this year. And so we have to start all over again. We have to build a base. We have to get a baseline. We have to put the work into each and every day. And we have to do this together. We can't do this individually. It has to be done as a team.
So that was Tom Thibodeau. That was everything Tom Thibodeau had to say. I feel like, there's not much more we were expected to hear from him. I'm sure as the week goes on, it is media week with the New York Knicks, it's training camp for the New York Knicks that starts officially tomorrow. We're going to hear other things when he starts to see what the players look like and this, then the third. So we're going to be paying attention to that throughout the week. But as of right now, going into training camp, I'm fine with it. I don't see or hear anything different. I know that a lot of you guys are going to be critical. Hell, I'm critical when it comes to Tom Thibodeau as well. But right now, there's not much to go off of. So we'll see how the rest of the week goes. But let me know your thoughts about Tom Thibodeau's comments as we move on to our big three, or you guys still call them the mid three. What y'all calling Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, and Julius Randle? Because they were sat together for media day today answering questions. And they started off with Jalen Brunson, who just came off of an unfortunate FIBA loss to RJ's team Canada. But they asked him about the build of this New York Knicks team, how he feels about the Knicks team. And Jalen Brunson, at first he sounded skeptical, but then ended off pretty confident about how he feels about this Knicks team.
Yeah, he's very excited to come into the season. This group, we have a bunch of guys who just love to work on their game, have great work ethic, all that stuff. We have guys we have to kick out of the gym. It's not a problem for guys to work on their game. So I think it's a plus for us. And I think we all come back better. We all come back wiser. We understand the task at hand, what we need to do. It's just getting better every single day. And this is a great group. We have resilient guys and a lot of tough-minded, hard-working, and great teammates, resilient guys on this team. So I'm going to be more than happy to go the games with this crew, and I'm excited.
I don't know. The start was a little shaky, so it made me think a little bit like, Who you trying to lie to, Mr. Brunson? But at the same time, I think JB closed it out well. I agree with this statement. But, I still have my worries with this team. I'm not going to jump off the cliff yet. I want to see how we look rotationally in a preseason game. I know preseason ain't regular season, but I just want to see what Tibbs is going to try and play around with the rotation before I make my final assumptions. Yeah, as you heard him, he's praising the guy's work ethic. And as the whole season was going, we saw Quentin Grimes out there working out with JJ Redick, which I feel like is a perfect mentor for him to have. We know that Grimes has a great jump shot. That's been his thing. The jump shot looks pretty. So to have JJ Redick go out there and teach him the mechanics to get the shot off quicker, to be more confident with the jump shot, to get into his places better. Phenomenal work. RJ Barrett, we saw, the jump shot improve tremendously in his FIBA play. Hopefully that translates over to NBA play. So I can go on and on. Julius Randle coming back from his injury, which I didn't mention earlier. Tom Thibodeau said that he is completely healthy and Randle should be fine to play as soon as the season begins. He'll be there for training camp. So yeah, a lot of guys with great work ethics. We saw Emmanuel Quickley going overseas, enjoying his summer, but still was getting some work in with his boy Donovan Mitchell and others. I feel like we saw a lot of good things. And again, take them all with a grain of salt, but to fit into that structure of having a good work ethic, I can co-sign it. I see it. And moving on from Jalen Brunson, they spoke to RJ Barrett, who had a few things to say. They asked RJ Barrett about the whole FIBA play. He joked about that and saying that he has that little victory over his teammates in Jalen Brunson and Josh Hart, as you'd expect. I hope he holds it to him, and I hope that that's something that they can joke around. These kind of things are chemistry builders, so I like it. And speaking of chemistry builders, we saw RJ Barrett and Julius Randle had a little bit of a bromance in today's media day. I don't hate it. I love it for chemistry because I always wondered what the dynamic was between the two of them. Because on court, it looks like sometimes they would purposely miss each other. And I don't want to be that kind of guy to like try and start those kind of narratives. That's not what I'm trying to do here. It's just from a basketball player's perspective, watching the game, it just seemed very blatant sometimes when they would miss each other. So I always wondered what the relationship was. But in today's media day, regardless, I don't know what you guys thought about it, but it felt genuine to me how the two seem to be. The chemistry between the two of these two guys are a lot stronger. There's a better bond. You see that RJ Barrett respects Julius Randle as his vet, and Julius Randle is respecting the growth of RJ Barrett. And that started with RJ Barrett making the realization that he's played his entire NBA career with Julius Randle amongst all the many different changes that has happened throughout the Knicks.
I just realized that I've only played NBA basketball. I've only known NBA basketball with Julius Randle. That's actually pretty cool. But not just like you said, been here a while. Just kind of seeing the progression of teams, each year. Just excited to be back, and with the experience that we now have, the playoff run that we had, just kind of looking to build on more this season and then show and prove, who we are.
And then Julius Randle later on jokes about the reason why he left CAA and then to go and have the same agent as RJ Barrett was, in fact, for RJ Barrett.
Yeah, it was, I wanted to be closer with RJ.
Okay. Now you got sharing agent.
Yeah, now we sharing agent.
Yes, sir, Steve.
Yeah, but no, Aaron, man, Aaron was great. He's been with me for the majority of my career, and he did a great job. During that time, for me it was, like I said, I just wanted to be closer to RJ.
So those are little things there. I mean, the optimistical side of CK can come out and say, I like that because I like the chemistry building. We know we have the whole Villanova quadruplet going on with the team. So to see these two guys who've played so long together, who need to be able to work off of each other well on the court to help the rest of the team thrive, I like seeing little things like this. Now, will it transpire on the court? I hope so. But it was, a little bit of a bromance was going on between the two lefties in media day today. That's just what I saw. I don't know what you guys saw it as. Let me know in the comment section below. But last but not least, RJ did briefly talk about coming off the bench and playing the 4. He said separately about playing the forward that he was never presented the idea yet, but once they start to play in training camp and if it comes up, it's something that he's open to do. And to that extent, it was also asked about him possibly coming off the bench. He said that he's okay with it. I don't know what instance would come to RJ Barrett coming off the bench, being that we need his height, especially at the wing position and possibly at the backup four when Josh Hart's not playing the backup four. So I don't know why this question came up. I don't know why this idea would come up, but maybe there's a world where, you know, we see Tom Thibodeau want to try the Villanova Wildcat 3 at 1 through 3. I don't know, but this was RJ Barrett's response, and for political reasons, it's good, but I don't know how to entirely feel. Here's RJ Barrett talking about coming off the bench.
But if that were to be the case, you know, comfortable, you know, very comfortable in that role. So is Josh, of course. So I think whatever we kind of need to do to win is what we'll do. Whatever the game, you know, tells us to do. So if that's what I have to do, then, you know, I'll do it very willingly and gladly.
Yeah, I mean, it's the right answer. That's what you would want him to say. I like the answer. Good, smart, money move, money answer. Don't agree with it because regardless of how you feel about RJ Barrett, for what we need on this team, RJ Barrett is one of the only dudes that fills that outside of Grimes. I don't know if they go a smaller lineup and Grimes plays a 3, so meaning RJ Barrett goes to the bench. Maybe that's what happens, but to hear that he's open to it and it's not something that's gonna, you know, affect him mentally, I feel like RJ Barrett's the kind of person that if that were to happen, he uses that to his advantage and it makes him play harder. RJ Barrett's always been that kind of guy since high school. So I don't know, but I believe his answer. It's just a wild question. What says you? You guys think he should be coming off the bench? Let me know. I just don't see where that would happen, why that would happen. Don't make sense to me. So yeah, that was the comments from those three. Like I said, with training camp going on, we're gonna hear more from them, especially after seeing each other play, working on some plays together, playing again with one another with the additions that we have. We're going to be hearing and seeing more as the week goes on from these guys. So it's a nice little initial media day. Stuff from the big three or the mid three, whatever y'all calling them now. Jalen Brunson, RJ Barrett, and Julius Randle. So let me know your thoughts about what they said in the comments below as well. And next up, we had Donte DiVincenzo and Emmanuel Quickley to round out today's media day. Donte DiVincenzo, who's the newest Knick, was talked about how happy he was coming to the team, and he talked about how he just loved being closer to his family as well as being with his basketball family in the Villanova guys. So he said this wholesome answer right here.
Couple things. One, first and foremost, I'm 2 hours away from my family, and family's everything to me. So, you know, adding on to that, you know, Nova guys are an extension of my family, Jalen especially. But ultimately, it's, you know, I like to win basketball games, and looking at, you know, the layout of where I was, you know, potentially going to land, I felt most comfortable coming here. Adding the family aspect and then adding just, you know, what they've done last year, and how I can kind of plug in and, you know, benefit from everybody around me, and to help this team just go further.
He also made it really clear, and I liked this. This is probably one of the few things that from media to the day today that I really enjoyed the answer to. He didn't want us, or he doesn't want the whole narrative of the Villanova reunion to get too carried away and for it to turn and for it to take over what the New York Knicks are trying to accomplish, and that is be a team as a whole and not just be the Villanova 4 kind of vibe and the Knicks.
I think, you know, a big thing for us is, like, you know, not getting carried away with the Nova stuff. I think, you know, we had a lot of success in college, and, you know, we've had some success in the NBA so far individually, but ultimately, I know Jalen, I know Josh, they're developing relationships with everybody on the team, as am I, and ultimately, there's jokes always throughout the year, throughout the season, Nova Knicks and all that stuff, but ultimately, you know, we know what our goal is and we know how to get there, and I think that's the stuff that, you know, we focus on in terms of the Nova stuff, is what it takes to go to the national championship in college, what it takes to stay together through adversity. But that's not the focus of this, oh, it's going to be Jalen, Josh, and Donte to do stuff from Nova into the Knicks. Now how do we, we can rely on that, but at the same time, how do we develop these relationships and how do we push together all as one?
So yeah, liked it. Where does DiVincenzo fit? I'm curious to see that. I think everyone's curious to see that, especially when you have this guy on our team as well, Emmanuel Quickley. But the question is, how much longer do we have Emmanuel Quickley? Because he still has not been extended. But IQ doesn't seem too fazed by it. IQ is focused on winning for us. He's focused on improving his game, and he's going to let the people who handle that kind of stuff handle that kind of stuff. This is what he said.
Honestly, I just been doing what I normally do, which is working hard every single day to get better. I let my agent pretty much handle all that stuff. But I've just been locked in on trying to get better, see what I can focus on to get better for this year. Helping myself and helping my team try to win games. So.
Are you hoping for an extension for the deadline?
Whatever happens, happens, because it's all up to my agent and the Knicks at that point. Like I said, I'm just worried about trying to get better each and every day, trying to reach my full potential and see how good I can get at this game. So.
And instead of asking him literally any other question, you knew the question was going to come up. Obi fans, cover your ears. He was asked about the Obi Toppin trade. You know that their relationship was really close since they both got drafted together. You knew that was going to come up. And I loved IQ's answer because it's the right answer.
Obi getting traded, that's my guy. He got traded. It's a business. Happens. We moving on with the team we have now. Obi's still my guy. I still text him, call him, stuff like that. So.
All in all, this was today's media day in a nutshell. We heard from Tibbs. We heard from the key guys, RJ Barrett, Jalen Brunson, Julius Randle. We heard from the new guy, DiVincenzo, and we heard from the guy we're waiting to find out if he's going to be a Knicks long-term or not, IQ. I feel like we got good answers. It's media day, man. I don't take these things too serious. It's just you want to find the little nuggets in the things that are said throughout the day. I thought it was a good time today. What says you? Did you agree with anything that was said by any of these names that we went over today? Is there something that was missing? Is there more that you wanted to hear? Let me know your thoughts about everything in the comment section below. Again, training camp officially begins tomorrow, so we are going to get more content. I'm going to try and cover it day by day, if not all of day one's content tomorrow. Then I'll probably compile it with day two. Guys, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Do not forget to like this video. We are live streaming over here as well as covering the Knicks. So if you would like the 2K content, you love the 2K live streams, whether it's a rebuild or whether it's me playing rec with the homies or with you guys, make sure you're following along for the live streams on the off days where the Knicks are not playing. So a lot of content coming on the channel, and I appreciate every single one of you guys' support. Sorry we haven't had Knicks content for a while, but like I said, I took advantage of the offseason to get ready for the real thing for the real season. All right, appreciate you guys. See you guys in the next video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.
Cold pizza Tuesday. I got food up in the fridge. Y'all keep looking for that new way. I think I like it how it is.